You have a question?
I do. 2020, of course, was very bad. Exposed a lot of things in my marriage. I cannot believe I'm saying it because I don't know who's watching and knows me. But my thing is because my question is, like I said in the statement that you guys answered, if a person's telling you, "Hey, I don't want to tell you my plans right now," how do you know to stay? I mean, it wasn't always like that, and yes, it did change. Some changes did occur last year in 2020.
Right.
So when I heard him say that, I'm just like, wow, you know, we got married, we bought a house, we lost the house, you know, and I'm just like, what happened? We did grow apart because of the communication.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, now when I asked him, okay, what is your plans? He's like, I don't want to tell you my plans. And I'm like, wow, like, okay, what am I supposed to do that? We're married. We've been married for 4 years. So what do you do with that?
How long have you said how long y'all been married?
We've been married for 4 years, but we've been together since 2011. So he was 18. So now he's about to be 29. I'm 30. I'm going on 34. So of course it's a big maturity level gap.
Right. Right. What I would tell you right now is don't make any drastic changes or decisions. Because if I'm listening to what you're saying, a lot of these changes occurred in 2020. A lot of people were put under some stressful situations. People lost their jobs. Like you said, you lost your house. It's some stressful times that we're going through right now. And now that I hear what you're saying has transpired in your relationship, maybe he says to you, he don't want to tell you right now because he doesn't have a plan figured out. And maybe he's not comfortable as a man supposedly being the leader of a household to tell you, look, babe, I don't know. So it's easier for him to act like he's withholding the information from you because now he feels like he's still in control in a sense.
And that
so
kind
I
of
think
hurts
that
too, because it's like, dang, you know, somebody.
As a man, that hurts.
Right. Well, it hurts me because I feel
like
I'm left out because, you know, they say if a person can't include you in their plans, what do you have to look forward to? It's like you're not including their life. And so when I'm listening, it's like, okay, you don't want to tell me your plans. How can I follow you? You're supposed to be my.
Right.
So it starts arguments. It starts barriers. It's just like, okay, I kind of pull away because I'm like, okay, do I just need to move along and just wait till you come along or wait till you decide to say anything? I don't know.
Let me ask you this. How often do you argue about the uncertainty of your future? Meaning you lost the house. I don't know if he's still working or whatever the case may be. How often do y'all talk about that?
Well, I try to bring it up every other day, but he's like, we got so much other stuff to talk about. Why do we keep talking about this stuff? But I'm like, we haven't fixed it. We haven't came up with a solution. I even tried to do a vision board for our marriage, but he was like, we always talk about problems. We always talk about what we lost. Like, and I'm just like, okay, what are we doing? What is
he still doing good as a husband?
Right now, I believe he's just working on himself. And that's what he said.
What is he doing good as a husband in your eyes?
Besides providing for me and
you can't say besides.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know. Because he still showed that he loves and cares for me and my daughter.
Let's stop right there then. Let's stop right there. That's one thing that you were able to come up with. How often do you tell him right now that I know we're going through a lot of things has changed in our relationship, in our marriage, but I appreciate you still showing me and our daughter that you love and care about her? How often do you say that?
Not at all.
So what I would tell you to do?
I'm so stuck into trying to fix our problems, I guess, or conversate, at least have a community, talk about that at least a little bit to get somewhere. Because I feel
you want to open up the conversation with him. Lead with that. Let him know that he's still doing things right as a man, because he may feel like his world is falling apart, that he's not measuring up to the man he's supposed to be. So a lot of times men close off when they're going through that, when they feel like they're failing their family, when they feel like they're failing their wife. And if their wife, and I don't mean to call it nagging, but if she continues to come to them with problems, if she continues to come to him with problems and he's trying to figure out the solutions, he hasn't figured it out yet, it's going to drive him crazy. So what I would do right now is focus on, you know, just appreciating him and saying all the good things that he's doing right now for your family. And saying, I know we may not have all the answers right now, but we're going to figure it out together. Okay. And if you lead with that, then I guarantee you're going to start to see a shift in him. He just needs his ego boosted back up right now.
Yes.
It's the truth. He needs it boosted up because it may have been rocked because of everything that y'all been through. Yeah. So he just needs his woman to really boost him up. And you're going to see a different type of confidence in him. Say, okay, she still trusts me. She still trusts me with her future. So now I can sit down and tell her what I'm thinking, because right now she may not trust what's going on. So I would just leave with that.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I would leave with that.
Okay.
I have a question.
You guys.
So aside from the interactions that y'all have and not communicating about those issues, like how are y'all relationship? Do y'all still enjoy each other's company or do things together?
I mean, like right now we about to go out of town because we're getting back comfortable with each other, I guess, in so many words. I have to be careful what I say because again I don't know because who he's akin to is very private. I don't know. I mean, we have a good time. We have fun here. We have fun hanging out. We always have a good time going out of town or just hanging out. Him as a friend has just always been wonderful. But when things got exposed and things got, you know, kind of broke us, especially with finances and losing the home, the blame game, always, of course. And then trust is like, okay, how do you, if you don't even know how to talk or communicate or just tell me about your plan, how do I be able to express what I got in mind? How do I have the confidence to even tell you what I have in store, what I want to do? Even when I brought up about buying a house again, it was like he was pulling away from that. It was like, I'm on something else right now. I'm trying to figure out me. And I'm just like, oh my God, I got to slow down again. You get what I'm saying? So many. So
I think it's kind of similar, like, because what we was talking about in the beginning when we were saying, like, with me being the worrier and you, Devin, trying to process it. So it's like, I would want to communicate certain things, but he's so worried about how his next step of what
that's all he's worried about, just the next day.
So I'm the one that's constantly saying that. So I think the biggest thing that I would say is for you to focus on, like he said, like he may be in that space where he's unsure. And a lot of times the man don't want to come out and say that he's unsure and he's trying to process all of that. But just stay in that moment of knowing why you got married to him, knowing the love that y'all have, the union that y'all have been created, and stay on that. Don't think about, you know, what you should do to move forward or how you should process it or look at it from a negative aspect. Just understand, like you said, we all are going through this pandemic and it has affected us all drastically. And just know, like, I don't know where y'all are with y'all faith, but continue to lean on y'all faith together. And I feel like if y'all are doing that together and doing what y'all need to do, then things will kind of, you know, open itself up. He will open himself up to, you know, communicate more. Just do what you can do to lead as far as that. I feel like that would make a huge change because that's all I could do with Devin. I was constantly praying about things. I was constantly, you know, leaning on God and my faith to, you know, give me the guidance that I needed. And for him to, you know, open Devin up to communicate with me about things when we were going through things. And I feel like just him seeing me in that light allowed him to, you know, be able to be a little bit more vulnerable and open up with me about things. So that's what I would suggest for you to do. And hopefully things work out. I'll pray for y'all. And
thank you.
We need an update. We need you to send.
Look, I always be showing him y'all posts, but he be running. So I'm like, is that a good thing when you're going through something? Like, do not send memes and posts, and because he's like, oh, not another one, you know? Because I'm like, look what they're talking about, something related to what we're going through. He don't want to be bothered.
Yeah, sometimes you don't want to hear it, but when he knows that another man has faced the struggle that he's been through, especially when my daughter was battling cancer, when I didn't know what the future looked like, when I didn't want to tell Asha that I didn't know, I would just act like I was withholding things because I didn't want her to not be able to trust me. When he knows another man has walked in his shoes and has been able to overcome those obstacles, then he'll be more inclined to listen. But he needs to know he's not the only one going through it. And I feel him. I understand what he's going through. But y'all got to hold on to each other during this time. Like I said, don't make no crazy decisions like, oh, we're going to split.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people react to life instead of responding. There's a lot of people reacting because of what's going on in this world, but you can't let it get inside your relationship. Y'all got to stay strong.